let your blessings descend upon us, here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those who interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, the nominee committee secretariat, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. This is the Committee on Administration and Public Service. Today, we are here to conduct an approved hearing, fitting of the nominee to the selection panel, Mr. Raphael Samoei Tarus. Honorable members, we are holding this sitting pursuant to selection Section 58A1 of the County Government Amendment Act 2020. Excellency the Governor, Honorable Stephen Sang, in a letter dated 4th April 2024, forwarded to the Speaker of the Nanti County Assembly the names of the nominees to the selection panel for the purpose of recommending suitable candidates for appointment to the Nanti County Public Service Board. Consequently, a newspaper advertisement notice was issued on Thursday, 16 May 2024, inviting the nominees to the vetting for the position they were nominated to. Further, pursuant to Nanti County Assembly Standing Order number 4613, the Honorable Speaker committed the nominees to the Committee on Administration and Public Service for vetting and consideration. Administration of oath. Before we can proceed further, may I ask the legal officer to administer the oath to the nominee.
Kindly inform the committee of your religion, whether you are Christian, a Muslim, or you don't attest to any of the two.
Christian.
Welcome. Kindly hold the Bible using your right hand.
Do I stand?
Do stand, please. You can swear yourself. Kindly proceed.
I, Raphael Samoei Tarus, having been invited for approval hearing. I, Raphael Samoei Tarus, having been invited for approval hearing and present documents before this Administration and Public Service Committee, do solemnly swear and that whatever I will say and or present before the Honorable Committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, in line with the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the land, and that I will be the best of, and that I will, to the best of my ability, aid it, find the truth without fear, favor, bias, affection, or prejudice. So help me God.
Thank you. You can proceed to append your signature. Your name and signature, please. Thank you. You can have your seat. All the best.
Thank you, nominee. Honorable members, we now move to the introduction. May I invite honorable members and secretariats to introduce themselves. May I begin? Honorable Emmanuel Chemalan, Chairperson to this committee.
Good morning, nominee and honorable members. I'm Honorable Silas Kogo, member to this committee on administration and public service and ICT.
Honorable Itzak Mosbey, member of this committee, MCA from Kaptumo Kaboi 1.
I'm Honorable Matata Benjamin Kirich. I'm the host MCA.
Let me invite the Secretariat to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Victor Siele, clerk to the committee.
Good morning, nominee. My name is Eliud Sang. I'm a member of Secretariat to this committee.
Thank you so much. Let us move on. Mr. Raphael Samoei Tarus, we are going to engage you for 60 minutes. As the chair, I encourage absolute decorum, clarity, consensus, and precision in responses to the question you will be asked by members to the committee. Kindly don't beat around the bush. You will be expected to answer questions through the chair. And the questioning will largely border on your suitability to occupy the office as the selection panel chairperson. Members will therefore ask you questions about your suitability to occupy the said office. I will give you 7 minutes to tell us a summary of the story of your life and yourself, who you are, your career and experience. In a nutshell, you will tell us who is Raphael Tarus. Before I move on, I would like to recognize Deputy Clerk who has joined us. Thank you so much.
Okay, Isabella Mayo, feel welcome.
Thank you. Let us move on. Let me also give member Honorable Rubetti to introduce herself.
Member of the committee.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Tarus, do you have a tax compliance certificate?
Yes.
Kindly can you hand over to the committee clerk? Do you have original copies of transcripts?
Sorry?
Original copies of transcripts and certificates.
I didn't hear that. Excuse me.
Original copies of certificates and transcripts.
Yes, I think I have most of them.
Okay.
Do I give one by one?
Yeah. All the certificates you can.
All of them?
You can hand over.
Okay.
Do you have clearances certificate from HELP?
Yes, I've handed in.
Okay. What about the self-declaration, ESCC?
I've submitted also.
Okay. Certificate of good conduct?
I've submitted the application. I was not able to receive the certificate.
Let us proceed. Have you ever been involved in any such practices bordering on favorism, nepotism, dishonesty, or otherwise?
No.
At a personal level, what is your next word?
I've indicated in the questionnaire that I received as 24 million.
Kindly give a detailed breakdown of their composition, assets, cash, immovable assets, practices.
I've indicated land, 6 million. The house I occupy, 3 million. Rental premises, 15 million. I've indicated my vehicle, 500,000. And Mr. Chair, I forgot shares in Mwalimu Sacco. I didn't indicate that. I just realized when I had submitted my the questionnaire. So my shares in Mwalimu Sacco is 1.5 million. I also forgot to submit my liabilities. I think while I was doing the returns, I only indicated the assets, but I have liabilities. I have a Mwalimu Sacco loan of 6 million. And maybe I also forgot about animals. Yeah, I have about 5 cows. That is about 150,000. So those are my assets and liabilities.
Thank you so much. I will give you 7 minutes to introduce yourself. Tell us summary of the story of your life and yourself.
Honorable members, Chairman, I'm Raphael Samoei Tarus. I was born in Laikipia in 1961, as indicated in my ID. The reason why I was born in Laikipia is because my parents migrated to Laikipia in the 50s. Later on, I came to Nandi, where I started my schooling in Kipture Primary. Thereafter, went to stay with my sister who was married in Wasingishu, and I enrolled in a primary school called Elgon Estate in Wasingishu. After that, I went to a secondary school called Eldoret Harambe. Today it's called Bishop Delany. And then I went for A-levels at a school in Kiambu called Garuri High School. After that, well, I didn't succeed in my first attempt to join a university, so I did KSCE as a private candidate and was finally admitted to Kenyatta University in 1987. because I didn't mention that I was in secondary school and completed in 1982, and A-level 1984, did KSC Mara ya Pili 1986, and joined university in 1987. I completed 1990 and was employed by Teacher Service Commission, deployed to a school in Wasingishu called ICT Tuluet, 1990, where I was for up to 92, where I was transferred to Kapsabet Girls. I was there from 92 to 95 as a teacher. And my teaching area is business and economics. Thereafter, I was in Kapsabet Girls for 3 years. I was made a HOD technical subjects and also head of sports. From 1995, I was appointed by TSC as a principal of Kipsika High School, where I was from 1995 to 2011. And in 2012, I was transferred to a school called St. Mary's Kitany in Keio, where I was for 3 years. From 2015, Teacher Service Commission appointed me as a county director, and I was posted to Migori, where I was for two years, then Kakamega for another 2 years. And in 2019, I was appointed regional director, TSC, and I was posted to Northeastern region, where I was up to 2021 when I retired. Now I stay in Kapsabet. My place of residence is Eastview, where I've been since 1996. That's where our home is, Eastview. Our family, my brothers are in Laikipia. I think I'm the only one who is in Nandi. So my home is Nandi. May I say that I'm a member of AIC Kapsabet Station, where I'm currently the chair of the council, and I've been the chair since 2016, around there. Apart from what I've told you, I retired from Teacher Service Commission in 2021, December. I've been at home here at Eastview. While I was working for TSC, I enrolled for studies. I did my master's, and finally I did my PhD, but I was not able to complete because of when I was taken to Northeastern, it was a bit challenging. So I was not able to complete. But when I retired, I decided to continue, and I'm now on my final stages of my PhD. I'll be presenting my thesis in the next 1 month. Apart from that, apart from being a family man, I have a family with 4 children. Two are working, 2 are still at the university. My wife works with the county government as an agricultural officer. I also have business here in town, a small shop up Okwa Stage where I sell stationery. That's what I do most of the time, apart from other work at home. I mentioned that I have rental premises. Those premises are in Eastview and one in Eldoret. I was interested when I saw this application last year, not the application that I've been invited for, but the one for county public service board. I saw an an advertisement. I applied to be a member, but the other day when I saw in the newspapers on Friday, I'd been invited for chair of the panel to interview members of the county public service board. So my interest was in this county, being a place I've been here for many years. I've always been interested in serving the community. Having worked for the government, now I'm at home. So I serve as the chair of the Kapsabet AIC station, where currently I attend as a participant. Apart from that, I do not know whether I may not have mentioned much, but I may say that I was in Kipsika for many years, and it's a school that I've been very interested because of being in one place for long. I think you get attached. So that is my story. I've also been a farmer, a maize farmer, but the prices of goods became a problem. So I've scaled down maize farming. I'm a board member of a school in Wasingishu called Moiben High School. And I think that's what I wanted to say in a nutshell. That is who I am at the moment. I may not have said, if I may not have said something that is not in my CV, maybe if I ask a question, I'll be able to explain. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tarus. I would like to recognize the presence of Honorable Maina and Honorable Koko. Welcome. And at this particular moment, I would like to give honorable members to ask questions. And I'm going to begin with Honorable Matata. Welcome, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think first and foremost, may I declare a conflict, because now he's a resident of my ward. Yeah. Secondly, I think I can proceed now. I think first I want to congratulate you for the nomination. And employment record, describe your employment record. How is your expertise relevant to the position that you have been nominated?
Thank you, Chairman, an honorable member. As I've said, I was a teacher, I became a principal, and finally regional director, having been also county director. Now I handled teachers in HR, human resource. So I recruited them. I handled interviews of teachers and principals. I also handled issues to do with promotion of teachers. And I also participated in, as a principal, I interacted with the community by way of being a principal. I was able to admit children and also assisted them as a principal. So I believe matters that I handle in HR in TSC are the same HR issues, which the position I'm, if God wills, and I'm able to go through the vetting, that it is still the same HR issues, because if it is about interview, it is the same interviews. We use the same documents, the Constitution of Kenya, the acts that are relevant. So I think my experience in Teacher Service Commission enabled me to get adequate knowledge to handle matters that are likely to be coming forward.
Now, my follow-up question. You know, now you will be the chairman vetting the nominees to the Nandi County Public Service Board.
Yes.
How will you handle political interference?
I want to appreciate, Mr. Chairman, that while working for Teacher Service Commission, that is the area where I came into contact with all people in the society, politicians, members of the public. And while recruiting teachers, the issues of politics came in. So, of course, people will want to have interest. I mean, there will always be interest that a person may say, kindly consider so and so. I think based on the acts and the Constitution, when we look at values and principles of governance, as a public officer, for example, I'm supposed to be fair. I'm supposed to oversee that the process of recruitment or interviews are fair, and that the outcome should reflect competitiveness of the process. So I think for me it would be abide by the regulations and the law, and I don't foresee a challenge.
Okay, maybe my next question on suitability to the position. What makes you feel that you are the best candidate, that the appointing authority has seen fit to nominate you, and therefore, if we consider you for this appointment?
When I applied, of course, I looked at myself and what I've done in the community and the country at large. And I looked at the position I held before I retired. And retiring does not mean you have exited from activities of this world. So I looked at my situation and I think I'm suitable. I may not be the best. I cannot say I'm the best, but I want to say I'm suitable for the position. I've just narrated how I rose through the ranks. and I handled Kenyans in this country all the way to Northeastern. So I believe being in Nandi would even be better, and more at home. So I believe I'm suitable because of the experience I've gained, and the knowledge also of the Constitution, and I believe this is the best opportunity for me, if it is possible, because I'll be interacting now with the people whom I grew up with, for example. So I want to say I'm suited because of the experience and also the knowledge I've gained while serving this country.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Maybe.
Thank you so much, Honorable Matata. Let us continue, and at this particular moment, I would like to welcome Honorable Rupetti.
Okay, thank you, Chair. So, Mr. Tarus, okay, it happened that I know you well, being the principal of Kipsigak High.
Thank you.
Okay, during your time in Kipsigak, I came to know you well. So my question now is that, are you aware of the state of the Public Service Board of Nandi now? Is it eligible or eligible? And then another question is that, what about the wage bill that has come up? That is the second question. And the third question, what miracle are you going to use, or what parameters, if given this chance, are you going to use to put the right people in the Public Service Board?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. And may I say that you have asked whether I'm aware of the current position of the County Public Service Board. Well, I am aware that we now require a new board. The term for the other board, I believe, ended, and that we need now new members. You have asked about issues to do with the, did I hear it properly, about the wage bill? The only thing I know about the wage bill in Nandi County, that is County Public Service Board, or a county as a whole, is what I read in the newspapers. I do not have other information. That is as far as issues to do with finances are concerned. What I get as a person is what people talk about, and sometimes it ends up in the newspapers or in the social media. And what I get is that we have challenges finances, just like any other county in this republic. We have challenges of finances, that finances are not adequate. And the other issue that I know about is one time I saw, and I heard also, that some employees had been hired on temporary basis, and later on they were relieved of their duties. So well, that indicates a challenge. If we employ and then we relieve people of duties, it creates a challenge. Why did we employ them in the first place? I'm talking about now, I'm not talking about members of the county public service, I'm talking about generally the county. So you have asked whether, what will I do to ensure that the right people are finally employed or given positions. I think we'll be guided by the Constitution and the law. And of course, the way you're interviewing me now, I believe will be the way I'll interview them, being the chair. That's how we will be following. That is, what are the experiences of the people who want to be appointed? Do they have relevant experience? What is their background? How did they manage institutions wherever they were? Yeah, so I believe that will give a guide on who we are appointing or whom we are selecting for appointment. So I believe we will be able to get the right persons from information that will be given.
So, Mr. Tarus, you have said that the information you have is the information that any ordinary Nandi resident has, maybe through the newspapers or hearsay. So, and now you have come that you want to save what is happening in Nandi by putting in place the right person.
Yes.
So by this time, I think maybe you could have done some research more, so that when you are given this position, you can really put the right people in the right place. But if you are acting on the hearsay or in the newspaper, so, and you are the resident of Kapsabet, you know exactly what is happening. You cannot say no.
Thank you.
The thing is that We just wanted you to tell us exactly what has made the wage bill to rise. From we are over 60 and it's supposed to be 35 and below.
Thank you, members and the chair. You have asked why I did not do research. I want to say this invitation, I noted that it was put in newspapers on Friday, and I was not able to do much in terms of getting to know what is going on. Apart from that, I want to say newspapers are reliable, because we cannot say newspapers may not give factual information. What I know is that well, there is this saying, palipo na moshi, pako na moto, ama kitu kama hiyo. So, I may not have done research by way of inquiry, by going to offices or inquiring for people who work in the county. But what I've known is that there is a challenge, because I read. I've not been able to inquire really. Nini inafanyika huko? You know, sometimes when you start inquiring, it becomes gossip. But I'm not saying that it was right for me not to know much in terms of what is the monthly wage bill, what is the budget of the county. I could have done that, and maybe because of the time that I had, between the time I was shortlisted and the time I've come for the interview. So I didn't really have my time to inquire.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tarus.
Thank you so much, Honorable Rupert. Let us move on, and I would like to invite Honorable Mosbey.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions for Raphael Tarus, who, if we approve, becomes the chair of the selection panel. Mr. Tarus, in your introduction, you said you were interested and you had applied for a position in Public Service Board itself. But here you are today. You've been offered an opportunity to be the chair for the selection panel. Are you really ready for this, Tarus?
Yes, I'm ready. Is it a matter of ready or the willingness? I think for me, I was willing to serve at that level, which I indicated. This one for the chair of selection panel was not advertised, or if it was, I do not know. But the one I'm talking about is last year, what I saw in the newspapers. Yes, so I'm ready. I think I don't think I've come down in terms of in terms of the position.
Because through the chair, it means you cannot again come in through the Nandi Public Service Board, where your heart was initially. So I mean,
excuse me, I didn't hear that.
I'm saying,
yes.
Now that you are coming to select the new Public Service Board,
yes,
and that is where your heart was,
yes,
last year.
Yes.
Are you sure you are going to do a good job?
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Chair and Honorable Member. I do not see why that application would be a problem to me, because all the time we're interested in something, and when you don't, if you don't go through, that does not make you unhappy. So for me, whatever I did last year or the year before about the application, it ended. So when this opportunity arose, I think to me I prayed and thanked God because I've been considered.
Okay.
Yes.
Chair, my other question is, can you give us a roadmap, if approved? What is the roadmap of your work? What are you going to do? How long are you going to take? Because I realize that you are conscious of the law. What is your roadmap?
I know members or people who are interested in these positions of members of the county public service applied after the advertisement last year. So I believe the work has already been done up to some extent. So the roadmap for me, if I succeed, would be we will chart the way forward based on the law. Because first I would want to know what does the law or the regulation say about the interview process. I'm sure I'll be guided by the law or the regulation in terms of length, how long will this interview be? And I believe because we are not dealing with so many people, this work which we should be able to end within 1 month. I'm not saying it will take a whole month, but within. It can be a week or 2 weeks. That's how I look at it. Because apart from preparing members whom I will work with, when I say preparing, I'm sure we'll have meetings to sensitize them, to sensitize this panel. We'll have, I do not know, I've not really known whether it will be one meeting or several meetings to sensitize the members or to enable the members to know what the requirements are. So after the training is now to put the calendar of interviews. And then thereafter submit a report. So I believe that can be done in a month.
So in your opinion, who will advertise? You are saying the process has begun. You are not the one to begin the process. Who will advertise for the vacant positions in the Nandi Public Service Board, according to your knowledge?
What I said is it was advertised. I do not know whether the advertisement lapsed with time. So that's what I'll be interested in knowing. Because if it lapsed because of action not taken in the last 1 year or so, then it means I've not checked whether the regulations will allow the panel to do the advertisement.
All right.
So it means I will be guided.
So you don't know?
As of now.
All right.
Yes.
Through the chair again, I want to ask you, you are here now. You are about to take up the position of the chair. Do you know its remuneration for this position that or you don't know again?
Honorable members, Chair, I do not know. I'm black there, I'm in the dark. I looked for that information and I did not see.
So perhaps you are ready to offer free service
As I said at the beginning, I said I've worked outside this region and I would be happy to serve the community because apart from working in those schools, I think I'll be happy to work here. It may not really be that free service because it's the issue of expenses to be met, transport, and maybe issues to do with those workshops, so meals. So I believe there will be remuneration, but I do not know to what extent.
Finally, through the chair, you served in Kipsigak High School for a whooping 16 years.
Yes.
And the school now, using perhaps what you said earlier on in the public newspapers,
yes,
is in turbulence.
Yes.
Having served for 16 years, then you leave a place, immediately you leave, the place is in chaos. What do you think? What does it say about what you leave behind as your legacy?
Thank you,
Tarus.
Thank you, Chair and members. I want to declare, I don't know, I believe Chair was a student in that school one time. I don't know whether we were together at the same time, the chair of this committee. I want to say I was there for 16 years. And whatever happened after I left, I don't think should follow me. I want to say I found the school in a certain situation which I was able to sort within a short time. I found the school, well, this was a mixed school with 200 students when I joined. By the time I left, I think I left a population of 700. I entered this school when the mean was 3. I left when it was 7. I put structures with the board members who are there. I think the structures we put were adequate for anyone who would have come to follow. The structures I'm talking about is in terms of infrastructure. I think by the time I left, there was nothing that was bending. Maybe the principal's office is what I did not put up. But for classrooms, dormitories, everything was in place. We had adequate teachers. And it reaches an extent.
Thank
we had
you,
an exchange program.
nominee. I think you have answered.
Yes.
Honorable Mosbe, are you done?
Just a follow-up, because you are coming in to bring, and I want to thank you. Having been a teacher, I know the good work you did, but for where the school is now. But I just wanted to ask you, during your tenure, the 16 years, were any teachers dismissed from service?
In that school?
Yes, in the school, yes. Under your watch.
Dismissal, no. We didn't dismiss anyone. The only thing we did, we disciplined. Yes, discipline, we were able to discipline quite a number. Where discipline here means interdiction, and thereafter, they go through a process, and some of them, I don't recall any case of dismissal. And it's not just the teachers, even the non-teaching staff. If I dismiss somebody, maybe because of if the situation warranted it. But I don't recall a teacher whom we dismissed.
Thank you, Chair. I'm done.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Chair, I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
Mr. Tarus, first I want to thank you for being honest. Two is that you've indicated that you applied for the position of chairman, Nandi County Public Service Board. And today you are here being vetted as the chairman for the selection panel. Now, do you have any background knowledge on how you found yourself here?
No, Mr. Chair and members, I don't have any background. That's why I said I applied last year, I waited, I didn't hear anything, and it ended like that. Only, I wasn't here when I saw the newspapers. I traveled to Mombasa. Somebody called me and told me, have you bought today's paper? I said, what is there? You are appearing somewhere for some panel interviews. And then I looked at it and I said, okay. So I have no background.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Honorable Koko.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My question to nominee Raphael Tarus: are you aware of the provision of Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya?
Yes, I'm aware.
I'll follow up on that. What are some of the qualities of a man of integrity? Kindly cite 5 qualities, 2 of which should be bad qualities.
I cite 5, okay. Of course, a leader must be honest, must be fair, must be efficient. I may not be able to say accurately, but those are some of the qualities. I've said one must be fair in leadership as far as Chapter 6 is concerned. Apart from being fair, one should be accountable for the activities in the office. I also look at, I mentioned honesty, transparency, and must work with others in team spirit. You have also mentioned that you have said some of the qualities should be negative.
Yes.
Yes, when you look at a negative aspect, could be not being accountable, for example, or not practicing fairness. And of course, we know mismanagement of resources is a quality that is negative.
Thank you. My last question is, which law provides for appointment of the selection panel? Which law provides for appointment of the selection panel? Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I may not be exact, but I know the County Government Act provides for this, but I cannot cite the exact article.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable nominee, what are the circumstances under which a member of the board can be removed from the office?
Mr. Chair, thank you for that question. What I know is that a member can be removed if they do not satisfy Chapter 6 of the Constitution, or if there are certain shortcomings. I cannot exactly say. I'm talking about a member who falls short of the expectations of the office. And I want to believe that when one falls short of the office expectations is when you go against the law and the regulations. So a member, for example, can be removed if they mismanage the office that they have been given.
Okay, thank
you.
Yeah. May I welcome Honorable Maina?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for giving me the opportunity. I wanted to ask the nominee whether he is aware about, he knows the role of the Public Service Board and where it draws its power from the law.
Yes, I know the County Public Service Board will work to support the county government by way of putting in place offices that are relevant to enabling the county perform its functions. So apart from establishing offices, also appointing people to those offices. The other role is ensuring that there is discipline in those offices, so ensuring disciplinary control. I'm also looking at that part of establishing HR function for the county, and also giving reports to the county assembly, because the County Public Service Board, having been given that, given that opportunity to put in place HR, for example, and ensure that issues such as what we have just said about the law, like the values and the principles of governance, whether such kind of requirements are practiced by the members of the county or employees of the county. So I believe some of the functions of the County Public Service Board are those ones I've mentioned. And at the end of, or before end of the year, its role is also to give a report on how work has been going on in the last 1 year.
So through the chair, do you know which part of which article of the Constitution sets out these principles and values?
Principles and values is Article 10?
For public service.
Yes, Article 10, and I hope I've not forgotten. I have, reading this, and it disappears once in a while. I know Article 10 talks about values.
Yeah. I'm talking about the principles of public service.
I can't cite the article exactly.
Do you know any of the principles? Could you just name some of them? Principles of public service. And I take it that you are a long-serving public servant.
Yes.
So I assume it should be quite easy.
Yes. Yeah, most of these things are easy when you are not focused. But the moment you are focused, sometimes it disappears. But what I know is that among the principles is there are several. I'm looking at efficiency, that a public officer must be efficient, must be fair, must be, I look at it a situation that must work with the community, that is, arrive at decisions having consulted the community. That is some of the principles, yes.
Thank you so much.
Final question, Honorable Chairman. Final question to the nominee. Would you know why a panel is necessary to interview the members of the board?
Yes, Madam Chairman. Honorable Member, I believe a panel is necessary so that we have uniformity in decision making. It will be difficult to put people in office based on a hearsay or a ad hoc way of doing things. So a panel gives the work of interviewing these people the basis of law, or it gives it the strength of the law, so that if anything were to happen, like somebody going to court, there's always that part, that how was this panel. So I believe the panel will give the work of interviewing these members of the Public Service Board the respect of the law.
The nominee, thank you so much. I hope the committee members have heard you, and we shall.
Chair, just one more, because Honorable Chair, this nominee is going to be very key in ensuring that we get the best public service that we might have. And I just wanted to ask him, and so that if we finally approve him, you have, this is a system of devolution, Mr. Tarus, right? Where every corner, every region gets its fair share of resources, opportunities, and all that kind of thing. In your view, you have the qualification, the people you will get that shall apply for the position, they'll be qualified. And then there is the aspect of regional balance, because Nandi is diverse. You can have, say, the nominee, or rather the applicants coming from your backyard, all from Kapsabet, or and they are qualified, they are meeting the requirements of the law. How will you balance the qualification vis-a-vis the regional balance? How will you strike a balance? Will that be one of your considerations?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Honorable member, I think I will be guided, the panel will be guided by the law, because one of the requirements is that a member to be appointed must have a degree from a recognized university. That is the baseline. So I believe any applicant who meets that first would give the panel an opportunity to look at who to appoint. Now, if there will be certain regions who may not be having such applicants, then it may not be possible for the panel to enable those regions to get that representation we're talking about. I'm looking at, let's say, but I believe whoever is shortlisted first must have met the minimum.
Thank you so much. I think you have answered.
Yes.
Thank you so much, nominee. The committee have heard you, and we shall retreat, and we shall write a report, and we shall notify you. Calling upon a clerk to hand over the documents. And confirm whether you have been given all the documents. And if so, you are free to leave. And I'm calling upon Sachin to usher out the nominee.